In this session, we're going to show you how to create an Elluminate session that can be shared with members of your meeting or with your class. You start by selecting the My Elluminate button off the Elluminate site, www.elluminate.com. Click on that. That will take you into the login. Here you have to log in with the username and password that was provided to you. Because we're working with the University of Wyoming, this will all be prefixed by UWYO- and then your username. Once you've done that, go ahead and select the Login button. So what we want to do is we want to schedule a meeting. So off on the left-hand side, there's a convenient button for schedule a meeting. Go ahead and click on that. And go ahead and enter your session name. Adjust the date and the time that will start. I recommend that you give it a little bit of time for people to log in ahead of time, but we can do that on a different screen. So once you have the appropriate time and date selected, you will go ahead and select the button, Create the Session. And so now this session is available. And what you want to do is go ahead and send this link and make it available for others. And this is the link that you would be sending to them as a guest. And they would log in basically just by providing their name and be able to do that. And pretty much that's it for creating a session. In this particular session, we can now join as the chair or not. If you select Utilities, this will allow us to manage our sessions. So we could go to our session management and select Meeting. And this takes a couple seconds. And you'll see that our test session for Scrabble has been added. And we can go ahead and select that, and we have an option to edit it. And when we select that option, over on the right-hand side, it gives us additional capabilities or requirements that we can add into this session. Whether or not access is restricted, if it's public or private, that's entirely an option up to you. Session type, we don't have any specifics. Minimum level, maximum level, to be honest, never played with that. Cost center none, version 9. The boundary time, this is when individuals can go ahead and log into the session ahead of time. So this will allow them to be able to do that. So typically leave it for 30 minutes. Maximum number of talkers, this is the number of people that can turn on their audio at one time. In the past, I've seen it where there's been difficulties if you leave it at 1. So you may want to consider setting this to 3 talkers. Maximum number of cameras is set at 1. If you want additional people to be able to turn on their cameras for viewing, you can do a multiple of 6. The description of the class, you can put in a description. And this would show up, as they were getting introduced to the class. And once they leave the session, you can force them or have them go to a URL of your choosing, and that would do that. And then here's a variety of options that you can have people get all kinds of permissions when they initially come in. Whether you want them to raise their hand on entering, I recommend that you turn this off. In this case, it's off. Uncheck it. That creates problems. Email templates. If you're using to send email, you can change these. The mode of recording, it is set for manual. I recommend that you leave it at manual. If you set it for automatic, it'll start recording as soon as the session becomes available. And unintended results. But you also do not want to set it to disable, because if you decide that you want to record, you would be forced to leave the session, come back in after changing this value. And then if you need to do a teleconference, you can enter that information here. But I have found some difficulty with this, so I do it when I open the session. But this is basically how you would go ahead and create a session. When you are complete with this, you go ahead and select the Save button and save any changes to your session. And that's all there is to going ahead and creating a session. Thank you.